Hello, brilliant scientists! Did you know that some creatures can send messages without even making a sound? It's true. They use something that's almost like magic. They use light. Today, we're going to go on an adventure to discover these amazing little insects called fireflies. We'll find out how they make their own light and how they talk to each other using different flash patterns. Ready? Let's dive in.
So picture this. You're outside on a warm night, and it's super dark. Then all of a sudden you see it. A little tiny light that blinks on, and then off. And then you see another one. What in the world could that be? A tiny star that fell from the sky? Maybe a secret agent sending a coded message? Well, that's the mystery we're going to solve together today.
The secret behind those mysterious blinking lights is an incredible insect, the firefly. And these aren't just any old bugs, oh no. Fireflies are super special because they can actually create their own light right inside their own bodies. But they don't just glow for fun. They use that light to talk. Yep, it's a special language made of different flash patterns.
Okay, so our first mission as scientists is to figure out their secret recipe. How on earth does a tiny little firefly make its own light? Let's investigate.
The secret ingredient is something called a chemical reaction. Now, I know that sounds like a big, complicated science term, but trust me, it's actually pretty simple. Just think about baking a cake. You take stuff like flour, sugar, and eggs, right? You mix them all together, and they turn into something completely new and delicious. Well, a chemical reaction is just like that, mixing different things together to create something brand new.
So, inside a firefly's body, it has these special chemicals. Whenever the firefly decides it wants to light up, it just mixes those chemicals together inside, and bam! Just like magic, a beautiful light is produced. But get this, and this is the really wild part. This light has no heat. You know how if you touch a light bulb, it's hot? A firefly's light is totally cold. How cool is that?
This amazing skill for a living thing to make its own light has a really cool scientific name. It's called bioluminescence. Let's break that big word down. Bio means life, or something that's living, and luminescence is just a fancy word for light. So you put them together, and bioluminescence literally just means living light. It's just a chemical reaction that makes light inside a living thing. See? Easy.
Okay, team, we've cracked the first part of the code. We know how fireflies make light. But now for the really fascinating part. Why do they do it? What's the point of all that flashing? Well, those flashes aren't just random blinking. The fireflies are using their light for communication. It's their very own special language. Just like we use words to talk to each other, fireflies use flashes of light to send messages. It's like a whole secret conversation happening right there in the dark.
And just like our words can mean different things, their flashes can too. They do this using something called flash patterns. A flash pattern is just the special order and the speed of their flashes. You can think of it like a secret code, kind of like Morse code but with light. So one long flash might mean one thing, but 3 super fast flashes could mean something totally different.
So what are they actually saying with these light codes? Well, they're usually sending one of 2 main messages. On one hand, they might be warning predators. A firefly can flash a message that basically shouts, "Hey, don't even think about eating me. I taste really, really bad." But on the other hand, they use flashes for attracting mates. A firefly might flash a very specific pattern to say, "Hello, I'm over here," and another firefly of the same species will see that special pattern and flash right back saying, "Hi, I see you."
Okay, are you ready to put on your official scientist hats? Because now that we know the basics of their language, we're going to try to be firefly translators and decode some of these secret messages ourselves.
All right, here's our first message. Look closely at the screen. The firefly is flashing very slowly. A long, slow flash. So, what do you think? What message is this firefly sending? Is it trying to attract a mate, or is it a warning to a predator? A slow, kinda lazy flash like that probably isn't trying to impress anyone, right? It's more of a general announcement. You got it. This is usually a warning signal, telling a hungry frog or a bird, move along, pal, nothing tasty to see here.
Okay, let's check out our second secret code. Whoa, this one is completely different. This firefly is fast and has a ton of energy. Quick flash, quick flash, quick flash. It looks like this little guy has something pretty urgent and exciting to say.
So what's the message here? With all that energy and speed, you guessed it. This is way more likely to be a firefly who's trying to attract a mate. Different types of fireflies have their own unique, fast patterns. It's like their secret handshake to make sure they find exactly the right partner in the dark.
Fantastic work, scientists. Now, let's do a quick review to make sure we've got all this down. First question, how do fireflies create their light? Remember our cake example? They do it through a chemical reaction inside their bodies. That's it.
Awesome. Next question. What is this light-making process called? It was that big, cool science word that means living light. Do you remember it? That's right. It's bioluminescence. You got it.
Okay, question number 3. Why do fireflies use flash patterns? What's the main reason? They're sending messages, which means they are using it for communication. Exactly.
You guys are on a roll. Next one. Name one reason a firefly might flash its light. Come on, you know this one. They could be warning predators away, or they could be attracting mates. If you said either of those, you are absolutely correct.
And now for our final expert-level question. You ready? Why are mating flash patterns often unique? Think about it. If every firefly had the same secret password, it would get really confusing, right? Each species needs its own unique pattern to make sure they're talking to their own kind.
You all did an absolutely amazing job today. We started with a simple mystery, blinking lights in the dark. And together, we became scientists and uncovered the incredible secrets of the firefly. Let's do a super quick summary of everything we learned.
So, to recap, we discovered that fireflies produce light through a chemical reaction. We learned that this amazing process is called bioluminescence. They use all that light for communication, using different flash patterns to send all kinds of messages, like warning predators or attracting mates.
So the next time you see a tiny light blinking in the night, you won't just see a bug. You'll see a tiny scientist, a little communicator sending out secret messages using light. Always remember, science isn't just in books or labs, it's absolutely everywhere. So keep looking, keep asking questions, and keep discovering. See you next time.